Hey folks! Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Don't know why I decided, just as I hit record, that it was that time to suddenly have a little bit of reflux there. But welcome back to Let's Play Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. I'm making my way to the very edge of the map, and something just appeared right in my face. It's one of these bad boys.
I don't plan on losing.
So we did throw down a save recently, so we're... What is it they're immune to? Poison. I need to get rid of poison then, if they're going to be the main type of enemy that I'm encountering around here that's problematic. Now what I could do is get this guy right down to... Oh, never mind. I guess I'm not going to have as much control over things as I'd like. Because I could try to get him right to halfway, or a little before halfway, and then... Never mind. This is exactly what I was hoping to avoid. Thought he would be,
Keep up if you can. Time to mix it up.
So yeah, that one tends to... He tends to get stunned when he does that. I gotta remember, I can actually stun or stagger within a stagger this guy, I think. Because he has this issue where he takes a lot of stagger damage when you defend certain attacks, which seems... It's useful to us, although it feels really odd.
I'll bring back lost time. Keep the enemy on its toes. Time for action.
Time for action. And this regen effect that he has is annoying as well. This is probably it. It's the best chance I'm going to get anyway.
You can't lose me.
Because they're playing the Triumphant music, but then I didn't get to keep him
Mix it up.
down. I kind of thought he had a big stagger.
Evil has a price.
Ah, well, we got him, at least. I guess they're up here at the edge of the world. Because suddenly I'm encountering them all over the place. But I was just hoping to find what is here. A strange flower blooms. Alright, well, it's a plot flower. Because it's not letting me pick it as I was able to pick some other... I guess we're just fighting you guys until I get out of here, huh?
You.
I completely forgot to take a little break between battles to
Time for a counter.
see if we could get
Keep the enemy on its toes.
see if we could get the something other than poison set up as a status ailment.
Keep up if you can. Evil has a price. I'll take you to the unseen void.
And a diving strike will really mess you up if you could just get hit completely, like with no mitigation of damage at all.
I'll take you to the unseen void. Time for a counterattack. Evil has a...
Oh well.
Unfurl the
Spark
wings of
Strike will
death.
do alright.
I'll take it. Time for action. Let's switch it up.
Oh, that went faster than I thought. I was paying attention to the stagger meter, not his health. Alright. Well, poison is probably did us some good against the Chocobo Hunter, but here it is one that a lot of enemies seem to be immune to, so we have got a... Maybe it's not the brightest plan in the history of the world, but we've got a thing going here where, I will take it out. I'll use slow 3 and we'll replace this with, go with the spell. I guess, or... Yeah, there's Defaith. We've got Debrave God, but we haven't gotten Debrave, which seems strange. Anyway, Peril Magic plus 40. What I was trying to get at is because of this resist physical damage plus 75%, strength and magic minus 100. When we've created this particular setup purely to be really good at surviving and not dishing damage at all, so there's not a whole lot of point unless I drop this Ghostly Hood. Where is our stat for magic and physical resistance? It says plus 75%, but I don't actually see a raw number. But I can just... Here, obviously, we have much higher attack and defense. Our attack and magic. But I don't actually see the status for resistance. Might have something better we can do with this. Just slot by now. Resistance to fog. Because nobody's trying to poison us recently. Yeah, this is... Okay, so that's a little bit of magic resistance. It was magic that was messing us up in that last big boss fight more than physical, because we've got, as long as I switch to that schema there, we got really good resistance against physical. Every time I think there might be a person worth trying to go see what their deal is, it turns out that it is a dog. Yeah, this city of ruins. They love them some
Time to repent.
they love them some Reavers. If only I could launch that guy, it would be really handy.
Let's switch it up. Time to mix it up. mix it up.
It is time to mix it up, isn't it? Oh, it can okay, got a regular... I guess it just launched by using a regular old attack. Still haven't gotten a magic spell to drop from these guys. And I'm afraid they're one of those species where you don't have to beat a ton of them. Oh, Steel Guard, never mind. And Blitz. I got two different things that are skills. Steel Guard just gives you really good defense when you... Honestly, hold on. Is this the first time I've had Steel Guard? This is... ATB cost 10, 40%, 40%, and 150. 43, 43. It might be time to consider... Steel Guard would be... Oh, this is a weird one. It becomes more effective the longer you guard. But it starts off less effective. And generally I want to be using Meta Guard anyway. So I don't know that there's much point. Heavy Guard uses a little bit more at a higher cost. Yeah, this has got less resistance, but it builds with time. And they are not letting me leave.
A worthy opponent. Keep up if you can. I'll take you to the unseen void.
I think I remember vaguely that by the time I was done with this game, playing through years ago, I eventually got to a point where I could, with some consistency, defeat these guys before they even got up from the first stagger, which is key to making the fight go a lot faster. This is what I'm meant to be doing. Never mind, he's really just kind of taking his time here, isn't he?
Keep the enemy on its toes. Don't even try. I'll take you to the unseen void.
And re-staggered him somehow. So the tale of this battle, or this video, is going to be being unable to get out of here because I'm being hounded by behemoths. Oh, well, now it's flams. I'm going to try to avoid them just because they're not worth the effort. I even have full EP right now with chronostasis applied. Alright, the story wants us back at the farm, so let's head back to the farm. Sorry. Memories of, like, Madden on the SNES. I don't recognize that enemy. What is that thing? It is some kind of...
to return to the chaos.
It is a volley. Not an enemy that I remember at all. It absorbs lightning. That is not helping.
I'll take you to the unseen void.
This is when not being able to switch in the middle of battle is a pain. Though we're still going to be fine. Alright, well, we're away from the place where the monster mints. We're away from the place where we were getting a lot of behemoths attacking. We can probably get rid of lightning. No, lightning is what we need for the flans. Never mind. Did I already get this treasure chest? I do not recall finding a treasure chest. Excuse me. Easy there. I guess all the NPCs are gathered to watch the excitement. This is, after all, a quasi-religious figure, this chocobo that I just found within 10 minutes of being told it exists.
You'll have to wait here.
And you think they should do that indoors away from, like, you know, dirt blowing on the wind? I guess that's veterinary surgery.
There, watching the doctor try to save the chocobo's life, I knew this was no ordinary animal.
This is an animal people have been looking for hundreds of years that I found within about 10 minutes. Well, cat, like, use potion or something.
Because of the legend, I felt a connection, as if we'd fought together.
Well, you kind of did, in the sense that it was probably chucking dirt at that chocobo or eater as you were attacking it.
But why? It made no sense.
Maybe this is the spirit of Saz. He hasn't shown up, and there's no reason to believe he's around here somewhere. Maybe it's Chocobo-Lina's soul has been captured by this white chocobo, even though we saw her like 2 videos ago, doing her normal Chocobo-Lina things.
It's all over. You can come see for yourself.
Come pay respect at its grave. We are now loading, guys.
Light, what about the chocobo?
My name is Lightning, folk. Come on.
How it's doing?
Yeah. Just leave without seeing how it's doing.
Dr. Gazal has finished attending to the chocobo.
Your name is
If you want to know
13?
details.
I'm just here to wear an enormous hat. Oh, a stranger watching from a distance.
I heard that the white-winged herald has
Goddess
appeared in
is
his
his
land,
disciple.
and so I came as quickly as I could.
Wouldn't it just be
If
goddess
that
with an
chocobo
apostrophe and no
is
S
truly
after the
legend,
apostrophe?
It will guide the chosen one to the very gates of the temple.
So you're a follower of the goddess of death, eh? Sounds pretty hot. Cool. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be putting my weird stuff into Lightning. And again, Lightning, I've been pretty convinced throughout this entire series that Lightning, this is not a problem. I'm not saying that this is horrifying and that this should not be permitted, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure Lightning is more interested in ladies than she is in men, in fact. It's just the impression I've gotten. Oh, you, I'm
Is
sorry.
he alright?
His wounds are cleaned and dressed, but he's still dying.
Which is pretty unique around here.
Listen to me. He's half-starved. If he is to recover, he needs nutrients, vitamins, protein.
Don't you guys raise
But no
chocobos
matter
here?
what we do, we can't make him eat.
He's just convinced that he's a gross, fat,
It's not a question of being weak.
yucky, and he wants to...
Proud. That's the problem.
Oh,
We've tried
need to break him.
everything to coax him, but he simply won't accept any food from humans.
We need to go find an Inhumanoid to feed him.
Glares at us.
That pride will kill him.
Pretty
Stubborn
ironic.
will be none other than the
Pretty ironic that a large, retarded... And I don't mean that it's dumb, that conceptually, chocobos are a retarded combination of chicken and horse that undermines the dignity of dozens of Final Fantasy games, and that pride is their weakness.
The angel of Valhalla. The only human the angel will bow to is the one he recognizes as master. Perhaps he will obey you.
Otherwise, we need to go get Harry Potter. He did some kind of like dignified exchange with what was the hell the name? It was the Griffin monster, Buckbeak, I think it was called. There was this whole thing. I've seen the Harry Potter movies way too many times because I like watching movies with riff tracks, but they had a lot of fun with the fact that there was this whole big plot line about Harry Potter befriending Buckbeak, and while the other kids just watched. It's like a lot of joking in that scene about, Well, what are these other kids' parents paying for with their education? These kids are just standing around watching Harry Potter get exciting adventure experience. And then later on in the movie, Sirius Black rides off on Buckbeak, and it's like, so we assume off screen they did some whole, like, you know, look it in the eyes and bow your head and dignified exchange, because otherwise shouldn't Buckbeak be like trying to tear his head off? Guy Shaw Greens, great.
Light, it might be the Chocobo's only hope. Try giving him that vegetable.
What vegetable? Oh, big Guy Shaw Greens.
Is this all right?
And it's automatically completely restored.
It looks like he recognizes you as his master.
Kinky.
As long as we keep providing him with feed, he should recover. I say
I
we,
should. He's
but
awfully
of course I
lazy.
mean you. He will not accept help from anyone else. He has to be your responsibility and yours alone.
Well, could you guys just...
If I do,
Could I
it
just
will
tell
be
him that you guys also work for me?
A reputation on it. This is the bird of legend. You're destined to ride him to the fountainhead of the chaos.
It helps, you know, as far as feeding my belief in all this legend, you are here in, like, mythical fantasy woman armor. I can't deny that that's part of what's feeding this for me.
But before you can do that, the bird needs to be fed.
Well, then give
So
me more
you're
Guy Shaw
sad.
Greens.
Any hints? What kind of food should I give him?
Again, can't they just feed him and we could just tell him, hey, they work for me?
Quality sheep's milk and nutritional supplements. Ask the villagers if they have any greens or milk to spare.
I thought this thing was like your god or something. It's like, well, holy beast. It's like, if you happen to have any to spare so that your mythical god beast doesn't die, could you help us out? By giving specific items like Gaisho Greens limited by Chocobo, which you found in the wilderness, you can help him heal and grow strong again. When the Chocobo has recovered, you will be able to ride him across the land, and thanks to his ability to jump great heights, you will be able to reach previously inaccessible locations. I can't be bothered. I don't remember there being anything interesting or cinematic sequence about it, but yeah, like, the next big plot point, I believe, is going to be to go figure out what's going on with this ex-pilot with the, quote, rat's nest hair, and we can't get there. And I don't feel like trying to get there without the Chocobo is going to be anything interesting. I think it'll just be a lot of wasting your time running into dead ends. There are several kinds of items that are good for Chocobo health. Get your hands on all the items you can find. You're bound to find the best medicine.
Thanks to the doctor, the Chocobo is out of immediate danger.
Great. Well, one thing I can say for
But he needs more treatment before he's fully recovered.
those Reavers is that they were keeping our EP full.
Giant bird. I'm telling you, it better be worth the trouble.
He'll become your steed.
Is it just me? Because sometimes I think I'm being very immature and creepy and silly about these things. Like, you know, I took Tina from Tecmo Secret of the Stars and made her this like hardcore bitch. Sometimes I think I'm over-sexualizing. I've obviously got her wandering around in the fantasy armor from Final Fantasy X-2, but almost all of her outfits are very showy. But is it just me, or was the way Hope just said, he will become your steed, really weird and creepy?
And not only that, if the legends are true, he'll be able to guide you to the temple of the goddess and the source of the great chaos.
Cool.
We'll see. He'd better be useful. He was never one for keeping pets.
Other than snow.
Hello. Have you taken the time to speak to the villagers?
Well, I thought maybe you would
The
have.
villagers? Oh, right. They've been waiting for the Chocobo to answer their prayers.
Oh,
And
right.
now he's here to do that. With the Savior's help.
And their help if they have
Answer
sheep's
their
milk.
prayers. Where'd you hear that?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Don't tell me. You've been talking to Garrett, haven't you? It's
I
true
don't know who
he's the
that is.
founder of the village, but a more indiscreet man I've never known.
Was he the weirdo wandering around the
We've
the
all
entrance
got
of the
our own
place?
scars.
Because everybody we talked to at the beginning of this was talking about the damn
Searching
Chocobo
for a
too.
wife who everyone knows is dead. A man who still yearns for his life in the city. Folk who suffer anguish they cannot name. Garrett's taken it on himself to look after everyone and try to solve all their problems.
I guess that's better than me. I murdered my own daughter.
The burden he bears is too much for one man.
Yeah, well, I think the
Seemed
men are kind of
cheerful
dumb.
enough. Was that an act?
He's the last survivor of the intrepid band
That camera was me
To
being
him,
silly.
we're all part of his family, and he's devoted his life to trying to keep Canopus farms together. It's not an easy
Then move away from this terrible windmill. They cause cancer, they destroy property values. You've never seen more dead birds than underneath a
I don't
windmill.
want you thinking you're responsible for having to save
The
Garrett.
Chinese brought windmills here, and Mexicans
You've done
too.
plenty for us just by finding the white chocobo. People here are more hopeful than I've seen in many a year.
I don't know, it seems like
reckon
not that much is
You've
going
saved
on.
a soul or two.
Including mine. Here's your
Nothing has
bonus
really
points.
changed. You mustn't think our woes are your responsibility.
Whoa. Oh, good point. I guess I shouldn't care about you people.
People here are so kind.
They never mock my hat.
Everyone is always willing to pitch in and help a neighbor.
Garrett's the guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about chocobos, I guess.
Knock me down with a feather.
You could have knocked me down with a feather!
Get one over on the doctor and capture the white chocobo first.
Get one over. You have a problem with it?
Yeah, we've been trying to find this thing for hundreds of years, and you just found it instantly?
It's just that the doctor has been doing nothing but hunt that chocobo for over a century.
He's pretty incompetent, huh?
100 years.
And I came along and snatched his prize away. I made him look incompetent at best.
Also,
Yeah,
it's,
look,
I just
the
used the word
chocobo's here.
snatch.
That's the
Yeah,
important
apparently
thing.
this is
It's
a
still alive,
British
thanks to you. Everyone in
crime
this village
comedy now.
wants to see that chocobo get better, not just the doctor. I'm pretty much in charge of this village, so if you need any help at all, you just come and talk to me. Sound good?
I need help, that's why I'm talking to you!
Hey, we grow gazal greens right here in the village.
Yeah, I need some!
There's a man and his daughter who have their own field. Cole and Sarala are their names. Maybe they have some to share. I haven't seen Cole in a while.
Michael Cole.
He often
Oh
wanders out the
my.
village on his own. Doesn't return for days.
He calls them his hunting trips, but we know better. He brings a lot of hand oil with him. Like, you know, softener, hand softener. Hunter Chef? What? Oh, Hunter Chief. I
You
was...
should feed that white chocobo of yours with some gazal greens.
But I don't have any. You'll have to
Normally
find
we
Cole.
full
He's on.
crop,
That's a
but with
quest.
Father away, I have
Yep.
no fertilizer to grow
I did
more.
not remember
That's
this,
the
but
last
it was
one. But you
pretty
can have
clear
it.
this is where it was going. Oh, never mind. She's giving us one.
I'm sure we'll be able to grow more. He went off to look for fertilizer days and days ago, and well, that was the last I saw of him.
He's clearly dead.
What I like to do. Name him, talk to him, give to him. And the guy shall agree on how to do it.
Oh, you should eat.
I want you as fat as possible when I kill you. He seems to want to eat more
Bunch of
food.
fuss buckets, aren't they? The villagers, I mean.
I thought you were talking about my
Everyone's
chocobo.
been
I was gonna let you
very
have it.
kind and helpful.
Well, except for
Well, you have
Cole.
to be out here in the wildlands. No one who tries going it alone survives very long.
From each according to his need, or ability to each according to his need. We're a bunch of communists.
Return.
Welcome, traveler. Care to rest a while?
Produce buyer?
Get all your wildlands. The vegetables they grow make perfect fodder for the chocobos.
So the problem is all these NPCs that are shopkeepers are just going to have normal shopkeeper type of dialogue. That's
Don't
7.
you worry. That chocobo is in the safest of hands, and he's bound to recover.
I guess the hunter might have something. Sarala has a quest now. She didn't the last time we talked to
How
her.
does it look? Can you help the chocobo?
Well, the doctor says
How does it
he's
look,
out
she
of
said, while
immediate
pointing her
danger
butt directly
for
at us.
now. But he needs quality fodder to get his strength back.
I'll feed
Well,
myself
that
to the
is good
chocobo.
news.
My life
I
is
suppose
forfeit
that means
anyway.
You'll be wanting lots of gazal greens then, won't you?
Yes!
Could give you lots normally, but we've just shipped off our latest harvest to the city, and we don't have any left.
So it's no use waiting for the next crop, right?
Actually, gazal greens ripen ever so fast. They spring out of the ground right before your eyes, if you have fertilizer, that is.
Great, I'll go squat in the
Father went
field.
off to the woods to collect fertilizer, but he still
You don't
hasn't
think that the
returned.
poop from the
He's been
goddess's
gone
own
for
butt
days.
would be the ultimate
But it won't
fertilizer
like that
for
forever.
the sacred beast
Something
here?
happened?
He does it all the time.
Lightning doesn't poop. She's a video game goddess. Just no way.
Alone. That's why I'm not so worried. I know he'll be back eventually.
Long after the chaos has consumed everything.
Where he goes.
What a jerk.
It's not right. Forcing you to put on a brave front and pretend you're not worried.
Oh, you could tell? Darn it.
I probably shouldn't have
I try so
immediately
hard to
confessed that
pretend
that's what's
it's perfectly
happening.
normal that he just disappears. But the truth is, I'm scared to death about him.
Well, it could be worse. I mean, he could
No
cough and
idea
he could
where
get
he
drunk
goes.
and murder you.
What's his name?
His name's Cole. He said
I don't.
he went
Is
to
that
the
video?
woods
I don't
to
even.
look
I
for
shouldn't be
fertilizer.
joking about that. I don't know if that
Yardwoods,
reveal
I
has
mean.
been made in the video game
Would you tell
that I'm
him
referencing.
something?
That is a series that I'm involved with on another channel. In the farming village of Cranopus Farms, Lightning encounters a young woman called Sarala, tending her field. Sarala grows Gaishal greens, a favorite of Chocobos, but at the moment her field lies barren for want of fertilizer. Her father was supposed to bring some back, but he is prone to wandering off for days at a time, and this time, too, he has failed to return. Lightning should head off to Jogged Woods and find a wayward farmer by the name of Cole. Oh my! Well, we are indeed going to want to accept this quest. It is, after all, part of the main story. I don't think we get to bring this Chocobo back to health without it. But whether that's the case or not, we'll find out. Well, actually, no, we won't. If there's a way to bring the Chocobo back without rescuing Cole, we're probably not going to find out, because I'm going to go rescue Cole. But we won't be doing it now. We'll be starting on that next time. See you then, guys.